When my best friend Jenna got engaged, I was genuinely happy for her. We'd been tight since freshman year of college. Dorm room ramen, all-night study sessions, inside jokes nobody else understood. I figured I'd be standing next to her. On her big day, no questions asked, then came the Bachelorette trip planning. "We're thinking Napa Valley," she said during one of our group chats. 4 days, wine tours, spa day, cute Airbnbs. We deserve it. I held back my response. At the time, I was juggling student loan payments, a used car that made a new noise every week, and a decent but not glamorous admin job. I'd been saving for months just to move into a better apartment. A wine-soaked vacation? It wasn't in the budget, so I did what felt right. I told Jenna privately. "Hey," I texted. "I love you and I'm so excited for everything, but I can't swing the trip. I'd love to help in other ways, though." Her response? "Oh." Then silence. A few hours later, I saw screenshots from the group chat. Girls planning outfits, booking tastings, Venmo requests flying back and forth. I wasn't just left out of the trip, I was left out of everything. The next day, Jenna called. Not to ask how I was doing or if I could still help with the bridal shower like I'd offered. Instead, she said something I'll never forget. "Babe, it's just a couple thousand. Can't you just skip a few lattes and come?" Like my entire life boiled down to overpriced coffee. The months passed. I attended the bridal shower, smiled through brunch with girls who barely looked me in the eye. Jenna didn't ask me to be a bridesmaid. She said it was because the group was already big, but we both knew the truth. By the time the wedding came, we were still talking, but it wasn't the same. I went alone, sat near the back, watched her laugh with women she'd known for less than 2 years, and then life moved on, or at least I thought it did. Because exactly 2 months after the wedding, I got a text from Jenna. "Hey, do you have a minute? I really need to talk. Kind of an emergency." Jenna's message didn't come with context, just urgency. For a split second, I worried something serious had happened. I called her right away. She picked up on the first ring. "Hey," she said, breathless. "I hate to ask this, but do you think you could lend me some money?" I blinked, stunned. "What's going on?" She sighed like the weight of the world was on her. Zach's account got frozen. Long story. Something about a payroll mix-up at his job. My credit cards maxed from the wedding stuff. Rent's due tomorrow and we're short. Just for a few weeks, I swear. I sat down at my kitchen table, remembering every moment I'd spent carefully budgeting, declining plans, watching my friends post Instagram stories from vineyard tastings I couldn't afford. I asked gently, "How much are you short?" She hesitated. $800. Not a fortune, but not nothing. Not to me. I didn't answer right away. She filled the silence. "I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious. You're like the most responsible person I know. I just figured you'd have some tucked away." And there it was. The same voice that once called me too broke for wine country now suddenly saw my stability as her safety net. I asked, "Does Zach know you're asking me?" A pause. "No. He's proud." I almost laughed. Pride. That was rich. Here's the part I haven't told you yet. I do have the money. Over the last year, I picked up a freelance side hustle, virtual assistant work on nights and weekends. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid well, and I'd been quietly stacking an emergency fund that I hadn't touched once. But that fund wasn't built for saving someone else from the consequences of overspending on their dream wedding. Still, a part of me felt guilty. We had history. We were best friends once. But best friends don't ghost you for being honest. Best friends don't laugh at your reality, then come knocking when theirs collapses. "I'll think about it," I told her. "But I need to be honest, I can't promise anything." She sighed again. "Okay, I just didn't know who else to ask." That night I lay in bed, thinking back on the old Jenna, the one who used to split burritos with me in college, who helped me study for finals, who sat with me after my breakup and brought me peanut M&Ms. She was in there somewhere. But was she the one calling me now, or was it someone who thought I was a backup plan? The next day, Jenna showed up at my apartment. I hadn't said yes. I hadn't said no. But there she was, on my front step, holding a reusable cup of coffee like it was a peace offering. "You still like hazelnut?" she asked. I took it, but didn't answer. I let her inside. We sat on the couch where I'd cried after she posted the Bachelorette group photo without me. Now she looked different. Tired, makeup smudged, the usual shine gone from her face. "I'm not here to pressure you," she said. "I just wanted to explain." She launched into a story about Zach's company being late on reimbursements, how they had floated wedding expenses on credit cards, how she thought she'd get a bonus that never came, how the wedding cost way more than planned because she wanted everything to be perfect. "And I thought once it was over, things would go back to normal," she said, voice cracking. "But they didn't." I nodded slowly. "I get that," I said. "But you need to understand how hard it was to be treated like I didn't belong just because I couldn't afford a vacation." She winced. "I know," she whispered. "I was awful, and I've been thinking about it a lot. I think I let the wedding change how I treated people, especially you." She admitted she'd felt embarrassed to tell the others one of her bridesmaids couldn't afford the trip, that she thought ignoring it would be easier than standing up for me. "And now I'm embarrassed for something else," she said, laughing bitterly, "asking you for money like it's nothing." There was silence for a minute. "You know," I said carefully, "I've been saving, picking up side work, cutting corners, not because I'm good with money, but because I've had to be." She looked down. "I thought you were just lucky you didn't have debt," she said. "No, I was just honest about what I could and couldn't afford, and that made me feel left out of my own best friend's life." Jenna started to cry. Real. Tears, not performative. "I miss us," she said. "And I don't expect you to fix this. I just didn't know where else to go." There it was again. That strange mixture of pride and vulnerability. The version of her I used to know. Buried under all the wedding glitter and adult panic. I didn't tell her yes that night, but I also didn't tell her no. Instead, I gave her something else. The name of my financial coach, a list of temp agencies I'd used before I found Side. Gigs and the number for a local credit counselor, and as she left, I said, "Let me know how it goes." She hugged me, hesitant, like she wasn't sure if she was still allowed. 2 weeks went by without a word. I didn't expect daily updates, but part of me wondered if Jenna had taken my suggestions seriously, or if walking away without a handout had changed how she saw me again. Then one Sunday morning, I got a text. "Hey, can I stop by? I have something for you." She arrived with a brown paper bag and a tired but genuine smile. Inside the bag, a handmade thank you card, a small jar of honey from the farmer's market, and a check for $100. "I know it's not what I asked for," she said, "but I took your advice. I picked up a weekend receptionist gig. Zach found some freelance leads too. It's not perfect, but it's forward." I stared at the check, confused. "I didn't loan you anything." "I know," she said, "but you gave me something more useful, and I wanted to give back something small just to say I see it now. What you've done, what you've built, how strong you've been." We sat down at the table, and she opened up more than she had in months, about the pressure she felt to have a Pinterest-perfect wedding, the debt she hadn't told even her mom about, the fear of looking less than when everyone around her seemed to be doing fine, even if it was all credit smoke and mirrors. "I envied you," she admitted, "because you were honest, because you didn't pretend, and because you actually had control over your life. I just didn't know how to say that without sounding small." For the first time, I didn't feel pity or anger. I felt peace. We're rebuilding now. Slowly. She still lives in the city. I still take on freelance work when I can. We text more often. Sometimes we grab coffee. Not hazelnut lattes, just plain old drip with oat milk. She even invited me to dinner last month. No pressure, no makeup, just us. I didn't give her $800, I gave her something else: respect with boundaries, kindness with limits, a lifeline that didn't come with a blank check. And in return, I got something I didn't think I'd ever get. Back, my best friend. But more importantly, I realized something bigger. I wasn't broke. I was just building differently.